Hey everyone, Bella here, and in this video we're going to be talking about reviews, and book reviews are crucial to your book's success, and it's for more than just allowing other people to know if your book is good or not. If you want to sell more books, you need more reviews, especially on Amazon. But how do you get those reviews in the first place? If the more reviews you have, the better your book sells. We've got the methods for you. Before we can get into how to get more Amazon reviews, we first have to cover why they're so important in the first place. Because, like I said before, they're used for more than just showing people if your book is good or not, like a lot of us think. Amazon actually has a system in place that uses book reviews in order to determine how high up your book should rank. And as you know, the higher your book ranks, the better it sells on Amazon. And the way the Amazon algorithm works is that the more reviews you get and the more consistent you are getting those reviews, the higher your book will rank, because Amazon sees that as a good sign that your book is valuable and it will give people what they want. This ranks your book appropriately, but if you're not getting reviews or you get some right in the beginning and you don't get them for a long time, Amazon will lower your book's ranking. And if you make mistakes when it comes to the book review process, you are going to get penalized for it. We have a video covering all of the mistakes that you want to avoid making when it comes to book reviews so that you can actually get those reviews, keep those reviews, and sell more books. So let's get into how you can get those reviews and how you can continue to get them on a regular basis. So how do you get those reviews in the first place? Let's get into the exact methods we use to make sure we're getting consistent reviews on our books and our students are getting consistent reviews. Number one is to launch with a launch team. We have a video covering exactly what a launch team is and why it's so valuable and how you can utilize them effectively. But one of the main reasons that we use launch teams when we launch books is to get those reviews out there. Amazon needs your book to get those reviews. The more reviews you get up front, the higher Amazon is going to rank your book. A launch team is perfect for this because it gives you 20 to 30 reviews right off the bat, and those are people who are willing and committed to giving you those. So make sure you're utilizing a launch team and you're not just launching by yourself, because that way you have to wait for somebody to buy your book and then maybe they'll review it. With a launch team, they're already committed to reading and reviewing your book. Method number two is to email your list. And if you don't have a list, you really need to get one, because your email list is going to be vital for not only your book launch, but also getting your reviews. Firstly, you can send out an email about your book being launched. Secondly, you can send up a follow-up email a few days later or a week after your launch telling people that if they bought it, first of all, thank them that they bought it. And secondly, to make sure that they post a review both on Amazon and Goodreads. Do not leave out the fact that you want reviews on a number of different platforms, because as you already know, people don't just go to Amazon to buy books. Yes, the majority of people go to Amazon, but other people are going through Goodreads and Barnes & Noble and other areas that your book can be distributed on. So you want to make sure that if you are emailing your list and you have a list, to make sure that you mention to review it on a number of different places and not just in a single location. This is going to help you sell books across different platforms. You can also send out an email every few months as well, just saying, hey, if you bought my book, if you liked it, please make sure you leave a review. It helps me, it helps other people discover your book. And that's something that most people are not going to be upset about receiving an email for. And some people genuinely want to give you a review, but sometimes just forget. This serves as a really great reminder that can help you maintain those consistent reviews. Method number three is to just put a section in your book asking them to leave a review. You can put that at the beginning or at the end, after people are done reading your book, obviously, is when they can leave an honest review. But you want to make sure that, especially if they're reading a Kindle version, even a paperback, that you're reminding them and thanking them for reading and to go leave a review. Again, some people, it just slips their mind. They're not really thinking much about leaving a review, especially when they just want to absorb the content. But if you remind them, they're far more likely to go ahead and leave a review. Again, make sure you mention on the different platforms that your book is available so they don't just use one. Method number four for getting more Amazon reviews is to contact Amazon top reviewers. This is a list of about 1,000 people who review the most products and services on Amazon. Oftentimes, you can head over to their profile and they'll have their email or a website or some form of contact information for you to get in touch with them. Now, obviously, this is pretty time consuming and you want to make sure you are contacting people who are most likely to review your book. And that means looking at the recent items they've reviewed and the recent books and making sure that yours is in alignment with what they typically review. This just increases your odds of them, first of all, replying, and second of all, buying and reviewing your book. Obviously, these people probably often get asked to review different products, so be patient, wait for your reply, and if somebody does reply and review your product, keep their contact information because you can then utilize them in the future. This does take a little bit of time, but it's absolutely worth it if you can get people who have that little tag of a top reviewer on Amazon to review your book. It's going to be a lot more credible if they do it, and other people see this as well. Method number 5 is to use a book review site. Now, you can never pay for a book review that is fraudulent behavior, and Amazon will first of all remove the book and second of all penalize you for it, and you never want this. But there are legitimate book review sites out there where you can submit your information and get your book reviewed. Always do your research when it comes to these. A few great book review sites that we like to use are Kindle Book Reviews, Rainbow Review, and KO Stuffed Shelf. I will have those linked down below. Again, do your research, make sure it's right for you, and you will benefit in the long run for this. Method number 6 is to host a relaunch. So maybe you launched your book and maybe you had a small launch team or not many people decided to leave a review even though they committed to it. What you can do is just host a relaunch, and all you're gonna do is do the same thing you would do at the beginning of a launch, but just with a new launch team. Get a new group of people who are committed to reviewing your book, and this can give your book a little bit of a boost in the rankings so you can 1, sell more, and 2, from those sales, get more reviews. And that helps with the consistency of those reviews that Amazon loves. Method number 7 is that you can actually host a giveaway with one of the criteria being an honest review. Again, you have to make sure that you emphasize that you want an honest review, because if Amazon finds out that they got something in exchange for the review, that could be seen as fraudulent and they will remove it, much like we mentioned in our video all about how to make sure your Amazon reviews don't get deleted. Now, the thing that's great about this is not only will it give your book more exposure and you'll have more promotional opportunities with a giveaway, it's also just incentivizing people to leave a review. And maybe they're people who have already read your book and just forgot to. This is all about incentivizing people to leave a review. You can give away a copy of your book, a signed copy of your book. You can give away a t-shirt or just anything that will make people want to leave a review for your book. And method number 8 is to just ask. It's really that simple. You may find that people contact you on social media or email you or just go through your website to get in touch with you about your book, especially if you're someone who wrote a book that can be life-changing for other people. And all you really have to do is, if they loved it, is just ask them to leave a review. And you can just say, hey, I'm so happy that you like the book. Thank you so much. And if you want to help other people experience what you did through this book, make sure to leave a review. It really helps me. It helps other people find my book. And since you loved it so much, that would be perfect. It really is that simple, because a lot of people don't even realize that reviews are useful and help people find your book on Amazon. So even just explaining that to somebody who has contacted you will do worlds for getting you more reviews. And that's all we've got for how to get more reviews on Amazon. Comment down below if you have any other methods that have been useful for you, or if you found any of these to be a little surprising. Comment those down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. If you're going to implement any of these techniques, let us know down below. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video with us. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.
And I'm writing a walk through the Bible. There was the self-doubt of, am I ready for this? Do I have the credibility? Are people going to listen to me? I started looking at the school and I opened up the website and looked at it and I was like, maybe this is for me. Maybe this is what I should try and do, because I didn't have a support system. I don't have any friends who